We're here with local musician and legend, Larry Ladale. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. What makes you think I'm a legend already?
Everyone's really a legend in their own way. You just got to let everyone else know you're a legend.
Right.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
You have to have the confidence to let the world know, hey,
Exactly.
legendary.
See?
Yeah.
Legendary Larry.
Yeah.
See? We nailed it. We got it. That's your next album.
Okay, so speaking of the legendary Larry,
Yes.
who is Larry Ladale?
Ooh, that guy's a lot of things. He tries to be... Well, I'm a Leo, so I try to be as humble as I can.
I know that game.
Larry the Leo.
Larry the Leo. I was born... My mom was born a day before... That was going to sound weird. My mom's birthday is the day before mine.
Okay.
So it's her birthday, and then the next day I was born. So we butted heads a lot. We try to be humble. I love people, and it kind of comes out in my music and the way I write and the things I do. But I also like a little flash too. A lot of things I've done in my life have been
That's a Leo in you also.
flashy, motley, and flashy.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
I like that for an album title, too.
As do I.
you know
Or
what?
a punk band.
I'm just stealing all of it.
Yeah.
It's all on. Yeah, we're all recording it all.
It's
so
a good
you got it.
titles. I like it.
Where do you play primarily? I know I've seen some events for you at El Arroyo. Are you still doing that weekly?
Well, El Arroyo is actually seasonal because it is a patio show.
Oh, okay.
And so looking to be back with them in the springtime. That was the first place where I was there consistently. I think in the 3-month span, I played there 5 or 6 times.
Very nice.
So that had never happened to me before. So
Right.
that was really nice to have somewhere where it's like, hey, I'm going to be at El Arroyo. Oh, I missed you last week. Going to be there in 2 weeks. Yeah, actually I am. Well, cool. So a lot of people who missed me the first month were able to come and see a show the month after or, the weeks after. So to answer your question, lately mostly Arlington. I did a So Far show last night, which was in Deep Ellum. That was nice. And so be getting in contact with them. I'll actually be playing at Ebb and Flow in Deep Ellum next week.
Okay.
And that was just booked yesterday. So 2020 stuff is just kind of popping up pretty quick.
So, are you an Arlington native, and where did you go to school, if not, or if you did?
Yes, I am Arlington native.
Okay.
I went to Bowie High School.
Nice.
In South
Daryl
Arlington.
also went to Bowie. Daryl went to Bowie as well. He's not here right now.
You know what? Me and him, I looked him up on, he was there when I was there.
Was he?
Yeah, Daryl mentioned that. He remembered you were
Really?
on the wrestling team.
I was.
Okay, yeah, Daryl told me that.
Oh, yeah. You're also a former professional wrestler as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
And lacrosse. Right?
Rugby.
Rugby, that's what it was.
Yes. I remember you talking about rugby the first time we met.
And nobody knows this, but I'm studying to be a rugby ref right now.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I can't play rugby anymore because I have a heart condition.
Oh.
And I was just like, men are very prideful. And so I saw the ref as, I didn't see him as an enemy, but I was just like, I'll never want that job. That sucks.
Right.
And I haven't been able to play in 5 years. And somebody was just like, hey, you should be a ref. And I'm like, nah. And he's like, they pay you this much a game. And I was like, hey, where do I sign up? Where do I sign up?
Well, right, and who else is going to, understand the passion of the players,
Right.
where they're coming
That's true.
from and all that. I think that's awesome.
Oh,
if you can't play, you might as well,
Yeah.
make some players, man.
Either coach or be a ref, yeah.
I'd rather be a coach, but it's Texas, there's really no money in it. So reffing is the best next thing. And I go to my old club and I help train and stuff like that. So that's close to coaching.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw Daryl on Facebook, and I saw we had 50 mutual friends. I just started looking through pictures. I was like, man, I do remember. Wasn't he in a band or something?
He's been in multiple bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he said he was on newspaper also. And then I don't remember
That's
what.
probably because I've been interviewed by the newspaper before. It's
okay.
probably him.
Yeah.
I just remember, I didn't remember his name. I remember his face.
What year
Yeah.
did you graduate?
02.
Oh, yeah. We're 01, so.
Daryl's 01. Did
Yeah.
you go to Bowie too?
No, I went to Martin. So, but.
Oh,
Daryl-
did you know Lawrence Trotter and
Yeah.
Parker Ryan
Yep.
and Christian and
I don't. Some of those names. I know Lawrence. does
Christian
it.
is older or
Okay.
younger.
I'd have to see.
Lawrence Trotter is a year older than you. I
Yeah,
think.
I'd have to see faces, but I know that name does sound familiar.
And there's a lot of Kinsey Crawford.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, He's a country guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of country dudes.
Yeah.
I used to park back with the country guys because nobody messed with their cars.
Really?
Yeah. Because they would always they'd always park by the track, right in the very back, and I was like, I'll just park with those. I knew a couple
By
of them
the
anyway.
trees.
Yep. I knew a couple of them anyway, so I was like, I'll park by these guys. It worked out.
Yeah, rich kids ain't going that far back.
No.
Not parking their
far.
Benz under a tree.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, so you recently released your first single. Yes. And what is it called, and where can people find it?
It's called Sing Your Song, which was released a few weeks ago. And it can be found on all platforms, Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, Google Play, iTunes, iHeartRadio, a bunch of other ones I never even heard of, actually. I posted it on SoundCloud myself, and then when you do through the distributors, they post it on YouTube themselves. So
Very cool.
How's the reception to that? Are you tracking like how many listens you have and all that?
Not as many. I always have high expectations, but you just, especially as an artist, you just never know who's listening, or if they are listening, if they even like what they're listening to.
Right, we have the same problem.
And so the first week, I had like 60 streams. Nice. And I got maybe 15 followers on Spotify and like 35 monthly listeners. So I don't know where on the if that's good or bad or not. It's my first time out, but it's more than zero from where I'm at.
So I'd say that's a win. So
I guess the reception's been fine. Most of my interaction, believe it or not, is on Facebook. When I put the blast out that it was even coming out, I did it like a month before, which I thought might have been too far, but there was more anticipation than I thought it would be. And that post got like 300 comments and so many likes. I was like, wow, okay. And really, another strange thing I found is just if I post something about music, that's probably the highest it's ever been. And then it'll get okay reception. If I post something about my life, or it gets way more interaction than the things I post about music. So
isn't that funny? People like the personal drama, you know?
I'm like, this is my uncle. He's 100 years old. It was a true post.
Right. Oh, okay.
He was at World War II. He was on the beach and he survived. And they're just like, oh my god.
Oh yeah. Then they just go into it.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm releasing this. You know, I'm doing it. The single release was great, but I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be at the show like near you. You don't really have to go anywhere. And it's like, hey.
Crickets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Then later they're like, oh, you had a show the other night,
right?
Yeah. It's like you could have been there.
Around the corner.
Yeah. But you weren't there.
Where were you?
Yeah.
So speaking of, your single and music, where do you get inspiration for your songs?
Everywhere. I mean, just the other day I was watching, most of it is life experiences as anybody, but just things just kind of pop up out of nowhere. For example, maybe 2 nights ago, I either watch ESPN or my YouTube watch later list, just to kind of fall asleep. And so I'm falling asleep to Kendrick Lamar did a interview with Rick Rubin.
Oh, wow.
And Rick Rubin was...
Wait, who was interviewing who?
Rick Rubin was interviewing him.
Oh. Rick Rubin just didn't you do multiple interviews?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah,
Andre 3000, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, and those are all on YouTube? Okay, I'm going to go check that out.
The Andre 3000 was an audio podcast, but the audio's on YouTube.
Okay.
And then the Kendrick Lamar was a video.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so Rick Rubin was one of the original producers for Def Jam. He did like all of LL Cool J's first albums.
Beastie Boys,
yeah,
Run DMC.
Like bearded white dude with shades.
Yeah.
Like I know back in the day, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's legit. And so he comes out of his trailer, still has a big old white beard. He's balding, kind of has this Santa Claus thing going on, barefoot, and he's sitting on those chairs, and he just asks philosophical questions.
He is an incredibly deep and he's a rich. You just get motivated listening to the guy talk because it's insane.
And he's very when you. It's a far cry from the things he's produced,
right?
And then he's like, so did you feel that you changed over, And so Kendrick Lamar is just answering his questions, and he said a big thing, and then it just popped in my head. He was like, I I want to be. Rick Rubin said, "Do you feel like you have to talk about one thing? Or you can talk about anything." He said, "Oh, I feel like I can talk about anything, but the trick is to make it relatable." He said, "I wanted to be relatable, this," and he said, "I want to take this real life situation and be able to talk to a kid and just from him saying that, I was like, and a melody popped in my head, and I recorded it on my phone, like
Perfect.
a kid's rap
amazing.
song. So it's like,
neat.
That's just kind of how it happens. Somebody will say something. My life has really been like, movie references and lost song lyrics. Somebody will say something, I'll think of a song, like, oh, I forgot about that song.
Yeah.
So,
do you carry around like a notepad or something with you all the time?
Nope. And y'all can steal this. What I've started to do is, your phone does everything now.
Yeah.
And so when I get an idea, I used to wait and be like, man, that's so dope, I'll remember it. And then 20 minutes later, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
Gone forever.
Yeah.
And so I get my phone if I'm on the train, if I'm in my car, if I'm in a group of friends, hey, I've got to go to the bathroom real quick. And I'll hum it. And I'll think in layers. So I'll hum it, I'll hum the bass line, I'll snap my fingers and do the beat or whatever. Notepad, no. This is what you can steal. So what I've done is I've lost a lot of phones to not lost, but they die at the most inopportune time.
Right.
Or I have an iPod with all this amazing music, especially back in the day when you were still able to share on iTunes. And you wake up one day and you hear a loud beep and your iPad's fried. Or your iPod's you lost everything.
Yeah.
And so what I started to do is you go to compose on your email, and that's how you take notes, and it saves as a draft. So
okay.
So
that is a smart idea.
And so if my phone dies, if I lose everything, I can go to the public library, log in, and so I do have a book. I have a song book, where I write down my lyrics, but that's after I finish the editing process on my email drafts. So.
Yeah,
Go ahead. I wanted to make a note that that's exactly how General Petraeus hid his affair from the Army.
Oh, geez.
For that entire time was him and his fiancée shared an email account and saved their correspondence as drafts, because you have to go to like a certain tab and all this. And it worked for like a decade, and then he was found out.
I normally just open notes and we'll create a new note that way. Like just something will pop up. I'm like, oh, I don't put this in there. Otherwise, I'm going to forget all about it.
You can save it as a PDF.
Yep. Yeah.
Phones are incredible.
They really are. They've done everything for us now. So we have a segment on this show called Tournament of Toppings. We're trying to find the best pizza in Arlington. What is your favorite pizza place in Arlington?
Pizza place in Arlington. Ooh, you know what? I'm just going to have to give it to them. There's a place I go... And I'm a really big cheese guy, but this isn't like this really isn't the place. This place, they kind of combine everything. I go to Brooklyn's Best.
We haven't been there yet.
Yeah,
and
wait, where's it? It's on Southeast Arlington, right?
It's Green Oaks and 360.
Yeah.
And
we haven't been there yet.
I try not to go, and I go there like once a week. It's pretty bad.
I hear it's amazing. I hear it's really good.
What do you order there? What should we order when we go?
The first thing you just want to do is just go ahead and get a normal slice, pepperoni, or sausage, or them together.
Okay.
They also have stuffed slice.
Do they?
It's about It's like $4.50.
Okay.
But it's like this big.
Yeah.
And it's a stuffed slice. They have a piece of pizza. They put meat and pepperoni in it, and they put like another slice on top, and then the crust has ricotta cheese in it.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, and they give you dipping sauce.
Yeah, I want all that.
That's the one. The other pizza place I really like isn't in Arlington, so I'm not gonna mention it.
Okay,
they're in Mansfield. Ew.
Oh no, tell me though. I
which one?
Know just to know.
It's two places. It's Marco's and Mama's.
Marco's is good. Mama's. Debbie Lane and 287.
Except for the big pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I haven't been inside there yet, but
so
I am at that beer and wine store next to it every week. So
no, it's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to go by there.
Oh, yeah.
Because every time I'm over there, I'm like, that pizza smells so good. But
it lasts a long time, too.
Really?
It's literally this big. It's really huge.
That's really how big the pizza is?
Yes, my niece bought a box, and she had to put it in the back seat. She couldn't even have it in the lap. That's how big it was.
You need like tie downs.
Yeah, like strap it on the top.
Smart car. Oh, not again.